I am Ptolemy XV Caesarion, born in the year 47 BCE, son of the great Cleopatra VII and, according to my mother's words, of Julius Caesar himself. My existence, woven from ambition and tragedy, unfolds in an era where the shadow of Rome looms over the world, threatening the glorious legacy of Egypt. I was named Caesarion, Little Caesar, to mark my divine lineage and destiny, but the gods had other plans for me. My birth was as much a political event as it was a familial one. My mother, Queen of Egypt, was a woman of formidable intelligence and power. She raised me not only as a son but as an heir, the living symbol of the union between East and West. From a very young age, I was enveloped in the golden splendor of our Alexandrian court, where knowledge, art, and politics intertwined in a dance as complex as it was perilous. When my father, Julius Caesar, was assassinated in 44 BCE, the world seemed to tremble. My mother, never one to falter, seized the opportunity to consolidate our power in Egypt. She proclaimed me king alongside her, pharaoh by divine right. But I was only a child. My crown, so heavy, was a burden I could not yet understand. My existence quickly became a strategic concern. Octavian, Caesar's heir, and the future Augustus, saw me as a threat, a potential rival to Roman domination. While my mother forged alliances with Mark Antony, Octavian's enemy, we lived under the constant threat of war. I grew up in this tension, trained not only to be a king but to be a beacon of hope for Egypt, a glimmer in the encroaching darkness. In 31 BCE, everything changed during the Battle of Actium. My mother and Mark Antony's fleet was crushed by Octavian. Egypt, the last bastion of resistance against Rome, was about to fall. We retreated to Alexandria, where tensions rose with every passing moment. My mother, so strong until then, seemed at times to waver under the weight of defeat. When the moment came for me to part from my mother, I was sent south, in the hope of hiding and preparing for a potential return. But Octavian, relentless, continued his conquest. Cleopatra, refusing to live as a trophy of Rome, chose to end her life, marking the end of an era. Mark Antony, devastated by her loss, followed her into eternity. As for me, a young king without a kingdom, I was captured. At 17, I was stripped not only of my crown but of my life. Octavian, determined to leave no potential rival alive, ordered my execution. Thus ended my brief existence, the last breath of a dynasty 3 centuries old. But today, in the memory of men, I remain Caesarion, son of an emperor and a queen, the last pharaoh of an Egypt that, though conquered, was never forgotten. My story, though tragic, reflects an era where the fates of men were shaped by the gods and the ambitions of great empires.